Calgary Wild FC will debut in 2025 and will play in the new Northern Super League. Lara Murphy has just been appointed the team's first CEO. She's a lifelong soccer player, and she's the founder and owner of Ryan Murphy Construction here in Calgary. Lara Murphy joins us now in studio. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Congrats on the gig.
Thank you. It's pretty exciting.
Smokes.
Yes.
How'd you end up in this role?
Well, it was a bit of a journey, but got involved in standing up the team about just over a year ago. Originally brought in on the facility file to find us a pitch to play. And from there, I just fell more and more in love with the cause, what we were doing, the purpose. And when the opportunity presented itself, I could not say no, and it is once in a lifetime.
That's fantastic. Well, you're going to be part of creating something here, like something that wasn't here before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a first.
Well, let's talk a bit about your path to this place. Now, you're a lifelong soccer player?
I am.
Tell me about that.
Well, I'm originally from New Brunswick. I started playing at about the age of 6, and back in the olden days, we played against boys, and that was fine. We had a place. We worked our way up, and out of sheer coincidence, playing in a tournament one weekend, I was identified and was able to travel to Europe at just shy of 17 to play in England with a couple of other people in a university team, and that changed my life. It was my pathway, and when I look back on that moment and everything that transpired from that one fluke that this coach was in St. John, New Brunswick, watching soccer, it changed the trajectory and truly is why I'm here speaking with you today.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So soccer and that experience, explain what it did for you.
So traveling to Europe at that age really opened my eyes to so much.
Big world,
being from New Brunswick, and I just loved it. I loved the women. I loved the sport. We met with teams from Bracknell, Arsenal back in the day, and they barely had facilities to play in. And I just remember thinking, wow, but they were so passionate. And it really opened my eyes to the possibilities. And when I went on to play at university, I played in the first Canada Games where women's soccer was actually an official sport. It was just something that we always pushed towards, and my teammates and myself, I fell in love with what happened on the pitch and the game, but also off the pitch and how it developed me as a leader. And I think really when I look at the big picture of what we're doing here in the city and the province, it's about giving young girls that pathway to be part of something and a movement, a goal to look forward to, heroes to look up to, like Diana Matheson and Christine Sinclair, where we didn't have that opportunity. We didn't really see that in the space. So it's something that it's really a purpose. And for a city like Calgary, I know the city will wrap its arms around this team.
Right. That's so significant. Your place over the last, number of years and over the course of your life since you were a teenager, that you've been sort of on the crest of this wave of something that's been growing and is culminating here now with Wild FC.
It is. It's truly remarkable. And the people that have been involved, the volunteers in Calgary, Deanna Zumwalt's been running the charge. I can't say enough with all of the different partners we're working with and how wonderful people have really accepted and moved forward and see the passion and the ethos behind what we're doing.
So what's your vision for what this team can and will be in the city?
The vision is honestly a platform where young women can go onto the pitch, learn skills, be leaders. Of course we want to win. We're going to win the league. We're going to do it. We have the competitive spirit. But what happens after that? And I mean, a lot of professional athletes have that conundrum where what do they do? And now there's an opportunity for young women to be on the mic, to be in the boardroom, to start business and be part of community. There's options. And even if you're not an athlete, well, hey, you could go and run maybe the marketing. You could look at other options. Then it's our first professional team of any women's sport. And to be part of that it's not just a moment, it's a movement.
Yeah. Great. Well, and you mentioned that you started, your work with Wild FC and what it will become started on the facilities side. It's a significant detail. You're going to play at McMahon?
That's correct.
That's exciting.
It is.
Yeah. So how's that going to look?
It's going to look exciting. There'll be hopefully a lot of purple and red, and we'll make the stadium our own. We really love the fact that it's on the C train. It's well known in the city. We'll have lots of room to grow as the fans become more and more interested in
big barn.
the game. Yeah, it's a big barn. That's so true. So they've been wonderful to work with, mapping through what we can do to really own that space. And we're excited, again, around that accessibility, being there and having the ability to utilize the space in a way that the community can embrace. There'll be a new soccer pitch put on the field without lines. So every game when the CFL plays, there'll be football lines, and then the soccer lines will be put on. So it'll be a beautiful new pitch, and we're really excited to get into that space and see what we can do to create some noise.
Yeah, make some noise. Well, okay, so this moment in women's sport, something is happening, obviously. We were chatting earlier in the program about the WNBA finals viewership just going through the roof. You mentioned Christine Sinclair, but I've got sons that have, basketball posters of Caitlin Clark. Like there just is something happening. How do you see the moment we're in and then kind of bringing that down into Calgary?
Excellent point. What we've seen as far as the trajectory is phenomenal, and it's something I never thought I'd actually see in my lifetime. And when you look at some of the statistics around the growth of the sport, soccer worldwide for women is the fastest growing sport. And when we think through the Caitlin Clarks and Christine Sinclair and Diana Matheson, there's just so much that it's given a platform. If you can see it, you can be it. And again, growing up, we had nowhere to go. And so now I see this trajectory, and I believe the city is ready. I was in a session yesterday. We were with the individual that will be our first player announcement later this week. And just the energy in the room and the excitement around that fact that, people have young daughters and the emotion to give them something to work towards, and how we'll bring individuals from not just Calgary, but all over the world to come play. And it gives the women a platform that are abroad right now playing, and upwards of 180 to 200 Canadians are playing professionally abroad. They'll be able to come home, speak the language, be here, and enjoy and really embed themselves in the community to make a difference for that next generation.
Very cool.